ज्ञाता ज्ञानम तथा ज्ञेयम दृष्टा दर्शन ऋषभो कर्ता है तु क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः स्फुरन्ति सीकराजस्मात् आनन्दसाम्बरे मनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्धृतं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। जोग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। Today we are going to discuss the old story which is being continued. The story of King Vipachit, who has become now King Bhas, new name Bhas, and he is narrating his experience in the path to see the end of creation, which is impossible. And he is continuing his stories, what he experienced in his journey. Yoga Vasishtha Nirvana Prakarana Uttarardha, second half, last half, and 132nd chapter. Bhas was narrating his experiences, strange experiences. He went on seeing different worlds, and in that what he already discussed, there was strange worlds where he experienced different from our world. He met some celestial lady who had 3 worlds within her body, and Bhas had conversation with the lady, and she described how it is possible, and she was the illusive power personified itself. So how she creates these worlds by imagination, and how it is possible to be visible outside and inside it is not there, and inside it is visible, outside is not visible. So all these tricks, how the mind plays the tricks, everything she narrated. And then Bhas saw some world where only males were there, no female at all, and yet the world was growing, and creation was growing, and everything was possible. And then he saw some other world where only darkness, there is no light at all, and there also all the daily transactions were going on. Everybody was doing everything, and it was there in darkness, it ended in darkness. Everything was being done in total darkness. Some other world he saw where only light, no darkness at all, and everywhere is only light and light, and everything was going on. And some different strange stories he went on telling. And now we shall see some more how he experienced different worlds in his journey to see the end of the creation. Creation is nothing but, as per her description, and which is really that creation means it is mental case. Mental case. Mental case means whatever one imagines and it repeats again and again the same subtle imaginations. They get grosser and grosser, and they get some form, and they will have some name, and then there will be differences, and due to differences between them, between the forms created, they will have to have transaction between them, means relationship. Relationship is possible in two. In one there is no relationship, there is nothing to say, nothing to see, or to have any relation. Relationship or transaction is possible only when there is two. If one will be something, the other will be just opposite to it. That's how relationship starts. That is what we see every now and then. That is the form of illusive power, because both together we see, and that's how we cannot clearly see something which will be the clear decision, because two are seen in one. That's how no clarity can be there. How two in one. See our daily lives. Wherever we see something, we see means we have contact with the object by our senses. Five senses of perception, by that we have contact with the sense objects, and that object will have always two in one. Two in one means wherever we see the darkness, there itself in darkness we see the light. Of course, generally we don't see it, don't understand it. We see darkness different than the light. But when we analyze it in a subtle way, without comparison, we don't see anything. Comparison is a must. If we see light, it is possible when we compare it with darkness, then only we can see light. We see some object when it is compared with the other objects, then only it is known particular to be something other than others. Then only we can see something as something. See, if it is flask, how do you know it is flask? Because in mind itself it goes on without our awareness. Mind compares it with other objects around it which is not flask. That's how this particular object is seen or known as flask. Because others are not flask. That's how it is differentiated from others and known to be flask, which is not others. That's how we see the objects. Every object is compared with other objects, and then it is known to be something particularly different from others. This is how we see the objects, and this is how both are together. Why it is light? Because it is not the darkness. That's how it is light. Comparison is a must. This is what is known as relativity, the law of relativity. Don't bring that law of relativity given by Newton or Einstein. That is, of course, that is a formula, but that is partial, that is not everything. Wherever there are two, the formula of relativity is applied, and it is not in one way, in innumerable ways. It is compared with everything around it. And we know if some incident is occurred somewhere, somehow, by some way, then it occurs, it happens only when the whole universe becomes cause for it. That means if one atom is seen somewhere, somehow, if one atom is there, then the whole world, the atoms of whole world, can you imagine? It is beyond imagination. All the atoms have to take part to make the existence possible of that particular atom, or else it cannot exist. See, from Gita we get the way to analyze. If some event is done or event is happened, then how it happens. अधिष्ठानम तथा कर्ता करणम च पृथक विधान विविधाश्च पृथक चेष्टा दैव चैवात्र पंचमम. Mainly 5 causes are responsible for an event to occur, and those 5 causes, they are multiple causes. Every one is not one, it is a group of one cause. Say adhishtanam. Adhisthana means where the event has to happen. There's some holder or substratum where the event is going to happen. That substratum is a must. For example, if you are playing a drama, some stage is required. You are sitting. Sitting is an event. You are sitting. Some action is going on. You are sitting means you have to be supported by something. You cannot remain as you are without any support. That is also the law of relativity. One stands because of the other. If absolutely one is there is no cause for its being. There is no relativity. Nothing is compared because it is absolutely one without a second. If there is two, then all the laws are applicable. All the innumerable laws are applicable. The qualities, its existence, its actions, reactions, everything is dependent on each other. If it is small, then only the other will be big. And its biggerhood, it is big because it is small. Without comparison, it cannot be big. And that's how it is small because the other is big. And that's how they are dependent upon each other. The biggerhood is dependent on the smallerhood, or else it cannot be bigger than the other. This is how the law of relativity is applicable in every two, whether they are atoms or they are elephants, mountains. Every two is compared and understood or visible in this way. So what we see, two means there is relationship, there is qualities we see, and there will be difference, and difference will be cause for relationship, and that's how one becomes the support of the other. Because this is small, its smallerness is support for its biggerness, or else it cannot be bigger. That's how everything is supported by everything. This is called relationship. This is called bondage also. This is how every atom is bound to the law of relativity and to each other and to the whole creation. Every atom, it is supported by the other. That's how it can remain. It can exist because of others' support. That's how if you are existing as somebody, some identity. You are supported by the whole universe. Don't think you can be without any support. That is called dependency, that is called bondage, that is called worldliness, or that is called dependency. And that's how the whole creation is able to exist. And that is, in other words, we say it is force of gravitation, or same thing we can say it is force of law of relativity. So a support is a must. Without support nothing can exist. That's how the substratum stage to play a drama. You cannot play the drama in sky. Even if you say we can play the drama in sky, sky is the support. You cannot get out of it. So, adhisthanam, the substratum, the support, tatha adhisthanam, tatha karta. There must be some doer, then something can be done. Without doer, nothing can be done. Without cause, there cannot be any effect. Effect should have some cause. That's how the whole universe is bound to each other. The cause has effect. The effect becomes the cause for another effect. This is how this circle goes on. It goes on in a circle. All these type of circles are called the secret of the creation. Gupta Chakra, the secret cycle which repeats again and again. It goes on in a cycle. The cycle can move if the spoke which is downward has to go up. Then only the wheel of a cycle can move. Everything goes on in cycle, then only it can move. So movement or any action, any event happens or it is seen, it is in cycle. Everything goes on in cycle. What you see, it becomes unseen. Again it becomes seen. Without a break, it cannot go ahead. Where there is continuation, there is a break also. That's how between the two there will be a gap. Then only they can be two. If there is no gap, no difference, then there cannot be two, it will be only one. The difference makes the two. That means the gap. And that is how we know as sandhi. Sandhi means the difference, the gap between two. And that's how the 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 16. It goes on multiplying in geometrical ratio. In chain reaction, it goes on. That's how the creation is ever growing. It cannot remain quiet. It has to. And creating difference is the law of nature, law of creation. If you don't create any difference, then ultimately it remains as one without a second. So we come to our philosophical mathematics. In philosophy, divisibility is multiplicity. Got the point? Without dividing, you cannot multiply. Without creating difference, there cannot be more than one. And wherever you go in mathematics or in your daily life, always we have to apply mathematics. We have to count, and that counting is it starts with one only. In the beginning, it will be one only. You cannot step on 2 or 3 at the beginning. You have to begin with 1. That's how the Vedas say, in the beginning of creation, there was one, absolute one, without a second. And when absolute one will be there, it cannot be 2. See the fun. How? If one is there without a second, how it can become 2? There should be some doer. Who is going to do 1 into 2? So without a doer, there is no action. Nothing is possible to be done. This is how these laws should be understood analytically and in a subtle way to understand what is the form of Maya or illusive power, how we are confused. So, adhithanam, the substratum, then comes the doer. If doer is there, something, the doing process will be there, and something is going to be done. If something is done, doer must be there. And if doer is there, then something is done. And the process of doing will be there. This is called triad. Karta, karma, or kriya. Karta, kriya, karma. The doer, doing process, and the done object. This is how the whole world does exist. Without that, we cannot see anything, we cannot have anything, we cannot have relation with anything. Then you are all alone without a second. If second is there, I am there, mine will be there, and relationship starts and it creates all these confusions. Adhishtanam tatha karta karanam cha prithak vidhan. Karan means the causes. Why it is done? There should be some cause, some purpose. These purposes are manifold purpose will be there. And one purpose will be dependent on the other purpose. In this way, there will be multiple causes. Karanam cha prithak vidhan. Different multiple causes are responsible for an event to occur. Suppose some tea is here, it is an event, and I am going to take the tea, okay? See, tea is supported by something, and the purpose of tea is there, and the drinker of the tea will be someone, and that drinking process also it is not by one. If the action is going on, it cannot be, it is a process. Process means changes, that means multiplicity is there. If it is stable, then there is no multiplicity, there is no many. If it is in motion, then many will be there. So action itself is a process. Karanam cha prithak vidhan. Suppose I am going to plant a plant. Okay, this is an event. Then the plant should be there, and plantation will be on ground. Some field should be there, and there should be a place where I can plant the plant. That way, to make the soil ready, I need some instruments. Say, some crowbar or some instrument. And that instrument also is some occurrence. It has to be made by so many different hands. If it is made by some iron, then iron, how it became iron? It must have been brought from somewhere, some iron ore, and then it must have been clarified, and then the pure iron is got, and then that is taken by someone. Some blacksmith has to take the iron piece and then make the instrument. Fire must be there, the bellow should be there, and the hammer, and the what is that called? क्या कहते हैं वो चिमटा को? The forechop or something, and the hammer, and his hand, and somebody to help him. In that coal, the fireplace, so everything, so many items are required to make a iron instrument, and that should be brought to the gardener, and then gardener has to dig somewhere, and then plant should be planted. In this way, different causes, multiple causes, and causes are of different types also. हम क्या बोलते हैं? कारण, कर्म, कारक. व्याकरण में देखो, in the grammar you see कर्म कारक, कर्ता कारक, और निमित्त कारक. किसके द्वारा किया गया, तृतीया विभक्ति। चतुर्थी विभक्ति आ गया कि किसके लिए, पंचमी किससे, where from you got it, the source also is a cause. Helping cause also is there, material cause is there, and purposeful cause is there. What is the purpose? And time and space also will be there. Where is the event being done, and at what time? Time, space and conditions are there always. You cannot avoid all this. In this way, if you go on analyzing all these, then there is no end to it. The whole world has to take part in an event. That's how they say, if one atom is moving here, if a butterfly is flapping here, the other end of the universe, there will be tsunami, there will be great calamity, because it will go on increasing. But it doesn't happen because there are obstacles also. One is obstructed by the other. That is the law of relativity. When between the two, one is small, other is big, that means its big hood is obstructed by this big. So everywhere there is relationship and obstruction also. Procedure is there and it is discontinued by the other causes. When we walk, we cannot walk continuously. You can say, रेड़ा घुसी खेलते हैं हम, जब somebody sleeps from the slopy mountain or slopy ice glacier, then it will be continuous. If we walk, we have to stop every moment, then we can go ahead, isn't it? But if we go on sleeping, it will be continuous. No, it is not continuous. If you see it analytically, it cannot be continuous. In this way, everywhere, our breathing also, we live because of this process. See, breathing, it is in motion, going out, rechak, and it stops somewhere. Then only it can be brought in, purak. And every motion has also stoppage. It is not continuous. Rechak also is not continuous. Just as we walk, it is not continuous, it is with breakage. Similarly, breathing in and breathing out is not continuous if you see it minutely. And that's how the kumbhak is a continuity which is somewhere seen as broken or interfered or obstructed, and in basement it is continuous. Our magic card. this is the form of Maya or the creative process. You see, continuation is there and yet breakage is there. Both are together. And this is possible only when there is a continuation in the background. In other words, we can say, when there is a balanced state, then only unbalanced state, imbalanced state is possible. Imbalance cannot be by itself. Got the point? You can have differences only when there is no difference. Not got the point? See, this is relativity. Who eats, who is not eating, he will start eating. Who walks, who is sitting silently, he will get up and walk. One who is walking, he will not start walking. He is in process. Process starts with a starting point. Starting is from balance, and then something will start, means it will be imbalanced. Action or any movement is possible where there is no movement. Got it? That's how the creation is possible where there is no creation. AI Sahib, are you getting the logical points? So, from other angle, if you see, the stability cannot be unstable, and unstable cannot be stable. From other angle of logical analysis. So, what we see as the creation or some relativity or dualism, it is not possible. It is not possible. From another angle of vision, if you analyze, see, if a pot maker is going to make a pot, okay, create something, creation, let us ask, see how creation is possible or not. If the pot maker wants to make a pot, he must know what is pot. Without knowing, can he make it? No. So to know the object which is going to create, he has to become one with the object, then he can know. Got the point? If you know the object fully well, 100%, then only you can make the pot. If you don't know it, how can you make it? Say the sculptors, they go on making some idols or something. If they don't know what they are going to do, how can they make it? They have to know it. And knowledge is of two types. See, one is full knowledge, other is half knowledge. Half knowledge. See, if there is a wall readily recently it is colored. Color is not yet dried up. And if you put a ball against it, then it will come back to you. And what will you get? You get some information of the color colored in the wall by the ball. That is only color. The outside of the wall, does it give you the full knowledge of the wall? How it is built, whether it is brick wall or stone wall or cemented wall or what wall it is, or some aluminium or something else. The ball will not give you full information about the wall. It will give some partial information. This is called informative knowledge. This is not full knowledge. When one becomes one with it, when a piece of salt becomes one with the water, then only it becomes water and knows about the water. If it remains different than the water, not melting fully in the water, it cannot give you all the knowledge of the water. One has to become one with the object to get the full knowledge of the object, then only you can make the object. Without knowing it, you cannot. So when you become one, fully one with the object, what you are going to make, you have lost your identity, separated from the object. Different from the object, you have no identity at all. You have lost your identity to become one, fully equalized with the object, to know the object. So who is there to make? The maker is gone, lost forever. This is how in Yoga Sutras we understand the formula. समाधि और दूसरा क्या कहते हैं? संयम. Sanjam means if you do sanjam in sun, you will know the solar system fully. If you do sanjam on moon, you will get the knowledge of all the stars and the lunar system. Similarly, if you do sanjam on some object, you will get the full knowledge of the object. The sanjam means to be one, completely one with the object. And then how can you become other than that object? There is a formula. Just as we see at the time of death, whatever strong thought you carry that guides you in the subtler worlds after death. We have the proof in Gita. So, the last impression works in the afterward settings. The last impression. When change is going on, then the last impression gives rise, guides the other process. When a person dies, he will have the idea, the essence of the whole life, and that idea guides him in the subtler worlds after gross death. Gross death means death of the body. The soul travels in the subtler worlds, and that is guided by your thoughts at the time of so-called death. Similarly, see, naturally, if you are here for some time, you are treated so nicely while leaving this place and going. At that time, if you are ill-treated, what impression you will carry with you? If you are treated well, then that impressions are carried with you. Oh, that place was so good, and people were so nice, they behave so nicely. And at the time of departure, if you have been behaved badly, those bad ideas you carry with you, that is natural everywhere, anybody can understand. So the last impression works. So when you enter into Sanjam, you try to become one with the object you want to know. At that time, you must have some ideas. What for you are becoming one with the object? Understood? If you want to do sanjam on moon, you must have some purpose. With that idea, you do sanjam on moon. Okay? When you have become fully one with the moon and you have succeeded in your achievement, then that last starting point with whatever idea you have got this success, that will guide you. So you have to come back to your starting point, and then again you will start your previous journey. Understood now? If this is possible, then why not creation is possible? After creating, I will be differentiated from the creation. No, here it is not possible. Because who is going to create? Absolutely, there is one. And then that one, absolute one, should be one without a second, then only. If it is absolutely one, that means it must be all pervading, all knowing, all powerful, omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. These three qualities are a must. Then only he will be absolutely one without a second. Or else it cannot be absolute one. It must be everywhere. Then only it will be one. That means all pervading. When you are everywhere, you know everything. That is all knowing, omnisciency. And when you know everything, and you are present everywhere, just like a king, he is mentally he is all over the kingdom, and he is able to control the whole kingdom because he knows it. That's how if you are all knowing, that means you are all powerful also. So omnipresence, omnipotence and omniscience, these three qualities are must. If it is so, then there is no possibility of the second. So where is the other? What is to be created? Creation is not possible from this angle of analysis. So, if at all some creation is there, if at all we see something or we are in some creation, we are part and parcel of it, then all these are not to be accepted as it is seen or as it is taken for granted. It is impossible. Conflict, contradiction, you will be there. That's how you are confused, you are nowhere. That is called elusive power. That's how it is unexpressible. It is beyond expression. You cannot say what is what. Whatever you say, the opposite is with it. Yesterday we were discussing, if you say east, that means it is west also. If you say it is up, that means it is down also. You are on the top of the mountain. What does it mean? You are in the height, the last height. There is nothing other than, bigger than that or higher than that, the peak of the mountain, isn't it? It is highest. Okay? And can you say you are stable there? You have to fall down, you have to come down. That's how you have climbed up. You have gone to the top means you have to come down to the bottom. And how long, how far you come down, the height you have climbed, you have to come down that much below. So the height holds the depth also. Both are together. You cannot separate it. That's how we are always in confusion, and that's how it is always changing and always it is confusive, elusive, and what is what, nothing is known. That's how it is said, Maya, the elusive power is unexpressible, anirvachaniya. It cannot be expressed in words. Nobody can. And why words are also like that? Every word we utter, we don't understand what we think, what we say verbally, and what we do. Our thoughts and speech and actions are never coincided with each other. That's how we are confused always. You don't know what you are thinking and what you are speaking. And whatever you are speaking, you don't know the meaning of it. Every word has got so many meanings. Word meanings are possible when the sound, some word, some sound, it relates with some object, and then its relationship is known as its meaning. So I say, क्या 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 अंदर था चुकंदर क्या था कुचंद्रम. I uttered a word, some sound, kuchandram. Do you know the meaning of it? No? Kuchandram. What it is? What is the meaning of it? Some words mean some fruits, some word means some water or some food or some object or some subject or something. It will have some meaning. Then only the words have got meaning, and that is how, if the sound is related with the object, then only it means the object. That is how it is the meaning. And meaning means it is usefulness. How it is used in daily transactions, how you are related with it, how do you use it, that is called its value. Arth, that's how it is said, artham anartham bhavaya nityam. Every moment you have to go on thinking on the meaning and value of the object and your words, then only you are a real person, or else you are a mad fellow. Why? Because whatever you think you don't know. Can you claim you know your mind? Never, never. You don't know what you think, and so whatever you speak, it is not according to your thoughts. You think something else and speak something else, and your actions are never coincided with the words. रघुकुल रीति ऐसी चली आई, प्राण जाए वर बचन न जाए. One among millions and billions, one Ram was there who did according to his words. But others are rogues. Why I say rogue? It is said, Manasyekam vachasyekam karmanyekam mahatmanam. He is called a Mahatma. He is called a saint, whose sense is real sense. One who thinks alike, one who speaks alike, and one who does alike, whose thoughts and words and deed coincides with each other. He is called a Mahatma, others are rogues. The opposite of it. Duratmanam, manasyanyat, vachasyanyat, karmanyanyat, duratmanam. महात्मा का विपरीत क्या होता है? The opposite of saint is rogue. So this is how we must understand what is the language, what is the word meaning, how we live our life. Without words we cannot do anything. Words means our expression. Our feelings when expressed, it is expressed with some words, or that also may be by body language. Body language is also a language. Without sound also we can express our thoughts. That is called body language. And whatever language, verbal language we use, that should coincide with your deed and your thoughts. And that should be meaningful. And how is the meaning? Meaning is always dual. So what do you mean? Wherever there is height, there is depth. Where there is light, there is darkness. This is dualistic world. The creation is created by only by pairs of opposites. Wherever you go, whatever you see, everything is pairs of opposites. If you see the coin, it will have one side head, other side tail. Without both, it cannot be a coin. See anything, it has got the opposite of it. Anything. Do you think you have no opposition? Do you see your back? That is your opposition. The eye itself cannot see what is within the eye. What to speak of others? Similarly, everywhere we can see this is how the form of the illusive power. This is called Maya. Nothing can be said, nothing can be understood, and this is how everything is illusive, confusive, and it has got no meaning, it has got no use, useless, meaningless, hopeless, and what other lesses are there? All the less, that is negative process. When you negate this world and negate the negation itself, then whatever remains, that is the truth. The remnants is the truth. And don't think it is something you can think. That absolute steadiness, equilibrium is known as the truth. Don't have any idea over it. That's how somewhere some great people have opined, when you keep aside the names and forms, then you are able to meditate. As long as names and forms are there, your meditation is not called meditation. What is that? That is worldliness. There should not be any idea, any thought of any object or its name, nor the form, nor the name. That's how in other language it is said, chitta vritti nirodha, the stoppage of mental function. Language differs, that's how we are confused. Since your childhood, how much you have heard? What have you learnt? What is the essence? Nothing, nothing. Can you give some conclusion which is absolute, acceptable to everyone? Universal conclusion? Nothing. thing, nothing. Whatever you say, it is not so. So now we have come to understand how that King Bhas has undergone all this journey and has seen so many different worlds, and he has talked to different identities, and he has experienced so strange experiences. And all these are only imaginations. Everything is a story. Your world is nothing but a story, a long, unending story. Every identity, every being is a story. And that's how it is an unending story, eternal story. So he goes on explaining, narrating different stories in the audience, and everybody is listening to him with rapt attention. Yesterday we were discussing कहीं पर मैं जगत से निकलकर एकमात्र महार्णव के समान विस्तृत विस्तृत आकाश में गिरा, वहाँ पर निवास करने वालों के तुल्य नक्षत्र समूह में बंध कर मैंने दिन रात मास ऋतु आदि समय का अनुभव किया तथा दिशाओं में पतन का गमन का भी अनुभव किया. He says, last story was in the water world, where everything was water only, nothing else was there, only one element. We are in the makeup of 5 elements. Panchikaran, we say, 5 elements get together in different ratios, innumerable different ratios. That's how different objects are before us and different names. And that's how every two will be related with each other, and the relative world we are in. And this is how Panchikaran, mixture of 5 elements. He says it is not only possible by 5 elements. There may be 10 elements. There may be 1 element, 2 elements. Everything is possible. Mayayam sarva sambhava. When you are thinking, you can think anything. All these are imaginations only. So, he has seen some worlds. We have already heard from him that some worlds are only watery world, some are only fiery world, some are only light, only darkness, or something, one element or 2 elements. In that way, different kinds of creations he saw. Now he says, after coming back from that watery world, he was fallen in the vast sky. Sky means, what do you mean by sky? Akash. Akash, it means Akash, A upasarg, prefix, is used till for the meaning of till tomorrow, till today, till tak. Akash, A means till and Kash means knowledge. Knowledge means no thoughts. I just told you two types of knowledge. One is informative knowledge, which is subject to always change, and the other is experiential knowledge, which never changes, which is ever constant. That means full knowledge, experiential knowledge. So that is called real knowledge. When everything stops, till then this sky is pervaded, it is expanded till then. That means limitless. That is real knowledge or real meaning of Akash. And he was fallen into the Akash, sky. Sky means space. Space is there where time is there. Space we know where there is divisibility, and the same space is known as time and nature. So, sky means we have some ideas which is not clear. Some limitless space, and we can divide it, we may not divide it also. Space means if it is a word, if it has got some meaning, then it should be always limited. But sky, at the same time when we think of sky, we think it is unlimited, as well as by thinking we have made it limited. So confusion. When you think something, it is limited. When you speak something, it is limited. If you do something, it is limited. Your relationship is only possible in limited dualistic world, or else nothing is possible. So the sky, we think it is unlimited, at the same time it is limited. All the contradiction. And there he was placed. So see the word meaning. He was fallen into it. That means he was moving in it. In the sky, falling means going up also. Because there is no up and down, there is no meaning of right and left or up and down in the sky, in the absolute sky. When we standing on the earth, we talk of sky, then we have some different meaning what is up and what is down. If you go absolute to the sky, where there is no earth, nothing, no support for you other than the sky, then there is no meaning of up or down, right or left, or this side or that side. There is no such question. Are you able to imagine? And there, falling down means going up also. See the word meanings. There is no sense of up and down because it is all pervading. Everywhere it is there. So how do you say it is up without comparing with down? How can you say it is up? There is no down, there is no up. And this is what is called elementary sky. This elementary sky also is held by the ideal sky, Vasana Akas. Vasana Akas, Vasana means imagination. Imaginary sky holds this sky because we imagine on sky to be something, and that imagination is the substratum for the so-called elementary sky, what we understand as an element. We understand somehow. And that ideal sky also is aware of itself. So, the awareness sky holds the ideal sky. Ideal sky holds the elementary sky. This is how you can make slices of the sky. Okay. What do you want to put inside? Jam or between two slices? Durgi, what do you want to put inside and have a beautiful breakfast? So in this way, the awareness sky is called sky of awareness only when it is expressed. If it is not expressed, it is the real awareness sky, which is aware of itself. There is no other to be aware of it. The sky is aware of itself, just as every one of us, every one of us, which cannot be denied, we know I am. Can you say you don't exist? Can you deny your existence? Nothing can deny its existence. Existence is to be accepted, and it is aware of its existence. The existence itself is aware of itself, so it is called awareness of the existence, and it is quite satisfied, quite contented with its awareness of existence. That's how in ordinary language we say Sat, existence, Chit, awareness, and Anand, which is contentment or bliss, we say it. Sat, Chit, Anand cannot be denied, which is ever existing and which is one without a second, which is always to be omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. To be. It is bound to be. Then only it will be one without a second. And the rest is impossible, and that impossibility is possible. That's how we are confused. See how it is possible. See, in the sky, you go on building castles, which has got no identity, which is not seen by others. Your dreams you dream, but the friend which is sleeping near to you, he does not know what you dream. He does not know what you think. So all these are your dream or imaginations are possible without any support or without the dualism. It is, though it is dualism, yet it is beyond dualism. And though it is not dualism, yet it is not the reality because it changes. So this is how this so-called world where we are in, we are part and parcel of this world, this illusory world. This is taken as a long dream, an unending story, or it is unending journey, or it is imagination only, or other way, if we analyze, we can see the waves, just as the blueness of the sky, which is not there, yet we imagine it. It is supposed to be something for our eyes. Blueness of the sky, or beauty of the morning and evening, beauty of the sky is possible. And you know the rainbow, you see the rainbow. Is it there really? Can you say what it is, and can you say how the colors are different from each other? Though we see the different colors in the rainbow, yet we don't know where one color ends and the other color starts, and how are those colors, and what are they, where are they? Yet it is seen. And waves of bubbles of the water, are they different from the water? Or we see the mirage in the desert, we see the flow of water. Is it there really? All these are examples for this our so-called world, how this world is. And of course the best example, Raju Sarp. Raju Sarp, when you are going in the dark night somewhere, all of a sudden you come across a snake on the road lying there, and you are afraid of it. If somebody brings a torchlight and you see it, it is not the snake, it is only a rope. So, can you believe? Where has the snake gone? Was it there? Was it real? But yet you saw it. As long as you saw the snake, it was real for you. This is how the world is real for us. Other example, sometimes we discuss here. You are going in somewhere in some path, you are going all alone, somehow due to darkness, nightfall, you missed your track and entered into a jungle. You have forgotten your track. And when you entered into the forest, dense forest, and the night is going, becoming more and more dark, and you are facing some thorny bushes, somewhere paving stones, somewhere ditches, you are falling down, you are striking against some stones, and again you are holding yourself, keeping up your balance and going ahead. You are able to, you are hearing the howlings of those wild animals and those nightingales, birds, the shout of owls. How much you will be feeling, what will be your feeling? You have no way to go out. You are trapped. And all of a sudden, in this way, when you are going ahead to get some way out, all of a sudden there you saw a lion opening its jaws ready to swallow you before you standing there. How do you feel? Pitch dark night. You have no helper with you, no friend. You are hopeless. You are bewildered what to do, what to think, where to go, what not to do. What will be your condition? You cannot shout also out of fear. You cannot run because it is standing before you. You cannot run from the lion. Nobody is there to help you. What will be your condition? That's how the great saints and sages, they have told us. They have made the banner or the signboard, Dukhalayam Asasvatam. You have entered here. Dukhalayam Asasvatam. And all of a sudden, there was lightning, cloudy sky. There is lightning and whole dark forest was lighted up and you saw everything clearly. And there you saw it was a stone lion. It was some dilapidated, abandoned, some fort of some king once in a while, once in a time. And the lion was on the gate of that broken arch entrance. Now what will be your condition? Will you believe that lion to be your enemy? Will it be any more a cause for your bewilderness, your miseries? Are you going to laugh at you? This is how the people, the great ones, the man of wisdom, who know it, see this world, which is just like a snake or like a lion in the dark night. They see it properly. They have no confusion. They have no doubts. No more doubts. Chinta nasti kilam. There is no worries. Let the world go to hell. They don't care. Nothing happens to them. And they walk freely, happily, and they see the reality. That's how they often they have an equal vision. They see everything everywhere, what it is and what it is not. And for them, the world is a dark night, and for us it is bright daylight. क्या कहे यस्याम जागृति संयमी सानि यस्याम जागृति जहाँ the worldly men, where they see the darkness, night, they don't know anything about the reality, about the truth. That is night for the worldly people, where the wise man is awakened. And what is day for you, what you think to be real, and it is reality for you. Those people, they see night. They don't see all these names and forms. They are ever established in the reality, the truth. This is how they overcome the illusive power. They go beyond. And they have no this or that. There is no dualism. There is no rules or regulations, do's or don'ts. Nothing is there. There is no distance, neither it is far nor near. Na tad dure, na tad antike. There is no day or night, na din or rain, na punya na papa pasara, neither any righteousness or unrighteousness. Nothing is there. It is all absolute silence, and there they enjoy. And here we have made a mistake without seeing the what is that called? Signboard. We have entered into the hotel thinking it is a 5-star hotel. And we have nothing in the packet, and we have entered into 5-star hotel where the signboard is written Dukhalayam Saswatam. Nobody is there to welcome you. You think everybody is there. They are your enemies. They wanted to loot you. They are the looters, they are the murderers, they are the enemies. What you think, he is my mother, he is my father, he is my brother, he is my friend, he is my classmate, he is my he is my co-traveler. All these wrong notion. Nobody is yours. You are all alone. You are not the part and parcel of this world. You are the part and parcel of the absolute existence. Accept your existence and be satisfied with it. Don't have any relationship, then you are gone case. Relation means if it is friend, the enmity is there within the friend. Have you ever seen two persons fighting with each other? Two enemies. were they enemies since the time immemorial? Once they were friends. Friends only turned to be enemies. You cannot fight with a person who is traveling on the road. You can fight only with your friends who is sitting near to you. Oh, give me little place to sit. That is fight. Not with gun. If you think against others, that is your fight. You have created your enemy. You don't know how it works. Not to think against anyone, whether he is your enemy or your friend. Can you say you don't think against your friends? Can you claim? Nobody can claim this. You think against your mother, your father, your friend, your brothers, sisters, your everyone, you do think against them. And you claim they are my friends, they are my well-wishers. How dare you claim? You don't know what are you and how do you relate with others. The whole world is your enemy. You are a gone case, you are nowhere. But don't be hopeless, my dear. Everybody is with you. Everybody is similarly the part and parcel of the other way I am telling. Don't be helpless. Don't be miserable. Don't feel miserable. There is someone. There is someone who sees that side and this side both. Yes. Who is sitting on the top. That side dark light, this side darkness. If you can have contact with him, he will help you to come up, and other side is bright sunlight. Don't be hopeless. You are the other side also. If you are in darkness, there is also light. How do you understand it is darkness? Without the thought of light. So light is there and it is within you. That's how you understand the darkness. Forget the darkness. You are part and parcel of the light. Don't be hopeless. Try to help yourself. Uddharet atmana atmanam. You have to help yourself. Nobody else can help you. You have to help yourself. Both are there within you. The light as well as darkness. So what do you want? It is your choice. Don't break the coconut on others' head. It is your business. It is your problem. It is not the problem of everyone. It is your problem. एक छोटी सी कहानी सुनो. एक बार मैं कहीं प्लेन में जाने के लिए कहीं दिल्ली या बम्बे का एयरपोर्ट में मैं खड़ा हूँ, मेरा प्लेन थोड़ा देरी में है, और सब जोर से सब लाइन में खड़े हैं. इंडिगो, इंडियन एयरलाइंस, स्पाइस जेट, something, different counters, and everybody is rushing to have their, what do you call it, the boarding card. Everybody is rushing, and somewhere some big queue was there, and some old man who was ahead of everyone on the counter. He forgot some documents in his bag, and he could not produce it. So the counter man said, "Go and have it." He came to get that document, and when he was going, no, he was a young man, he was not old man, young boy, and he came and taking the document in hand, he was rushing towards the counter, and he gave a knock to some old man who was standing in the line, and the documents in his hand fell down, and the old man was unable to bow down and collect. So he shouted, "Oh, young man, what are you doing?" So the young man says, "It is your problem." This is real case. I saw the young man, how darely saying, "It is your problem." He didn't care for the old man and rushed to the counter. See, so same thing I am repeating. It is your problem. You have to help yourself. Nobody is there to help you. Uddhare, I am not telling this. Our Lord Krishna says, Uddharet Atmana Atmanam. You have to help yourself. There is no other who can help you. हाँ? हाँ? क्या? मामेव जय प्रपद्यन्ते माया में ताम तरन्ते. If you take surrender, if you take shelter under me, the Absolute, which is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient, if you can hold his hand, then no Maya can do anything to you. You can go, you can accept, you can escape from its clutches. I am the Absolute One, and you are in the dualistic Maya. If you can hold the hand of one, then dualism cannot do any harm to you. You have to help yourself. I am not going to catch you and drag, pull you. You have to come to me. That is how they say there are 4 causes. The kripa, blessings. Atma kripa, you have to help yourself. You have to have a desire which goes beyond all the desires. You have to have a desire to root out all the desires. That is otherwise known as negating process. You have to have a desire for yourself to get out of the desires, and then that will make you to escape from this. And where will you go? There I stand on the door side. When you come out of your dark room, I am there. I am the effulgent light. So you cannot but have to surrender to me. Mameva jay prapadyante maya me tam tarant. That your own free individual will should be there. And then the way to get out, to have your free will, you should go through the scriptures, what to do and what not to do. That is the blessing of the scriptures. If you can understand the scriptures, the meaning of essence of it, and apply it in your life, then that is called the blessing of the scriptures. Third, Guru Kripa. If you can have some guide, you see, we are the travelers in unknown path. We don't know the future. We don't know. We don't remember our past. We don't know what will happen the next moment. We are blind fellows. So you must have a stick. Guide. Guide is none else other than the Guru, who knows the path. He may be anyone, but you should rely upon him. Guru's words. Gurur Bhakyam. Mantra Moolam Gurur Bhakyam. Let him be the greatest fool, but he can be your guide. See the example. When you are going in some unknown path to go somewhere, you know you have to go to Gangotri, but while walking in the road, you came to some bifurcation, some two roads are there. So some unknown, you don't know him, some unknown cowherd boy was standing there. Will you not ask him? Will you not ask him about the road? Which road is for you, which leads you to Gangotri? If you ask him, unknown, but you have to rely upon his words. If he says this road leads to Gangotri, you have to follow him blindly. You have no option to argue there because you are unknown. You are ignorant of the roads. So you have to rely upon him. That's why it is said, Guru Vakya hi kevalam. Guru Vakya mantra moolam Guru Vakya. Whatever he says, you have to follow it literally. No question. Blind, you have to follow it. And then you have the real guidance and you will reach your goal. And then Daivi Kripa. Daiv, all the nature should be favorable to you. Then only you can go ahead in your track. If it is cloudy, if it is stormy, if it is dark, if it is in between comes some deep, some rivers, you cannot go ahead. So nature should be favorable. All these favors, four kind of favors will make you reach the goal. Don't be hopeless. Help yourself. Have a desire, strong, unshaken will to achieve the goal, not to be entrapped here. Hari Om. So tomorrow we shall see some further. वो कहाँ जाकर के पहुंचा? अरे बड़ा विचित्र कहानी। वो आकाश में जाकर के पहुंच गया है, तारों के बीच में. There are innumerable stars all round, and in the middle he is all alone in the sky. There is no up nor down nor this and that nor directions and thing. And he was moving in that sky. So what will happen tomorrow we shall see. What happens further. If you move in the sky, how do you feel? Do you feel the movement? When you don't consider what is ahead, what is back, what is right, what is left, what is up or down, where you are walking, if all these facts and figures are not in your mind, how do you feel? In the vast sky, you are somewhere. Are you falling down or you are going up? Are you moving or you are stable? How do you understand it? Without comparison, you cannot understand anything. So there is no comparison, there is no dualism. Only sky and sky. So what will be your condition? That's how somehow little experience they get who have the experience of spacewalking. Spacewalk. And some, I got to hear, some spacewalkers, they found out some rubbish, nonsense, some garbage thrown by some other people in the sky. They are lying just as it is. They will not be, all those garbage will not be decomposed because there is no light nor water nor all these elements which can react and decompose. Nothing will happen. It will remain as it is for eternity. It will remain as it is. And on the other hand, they will be taken as some identity, just as Ulka, those comets which are seen between the Mars and Jupiter, isn't it? Innumerable comets, they are circulating around the sun, and similarly these objects will also go if there will be some attraction, then they will go on circulating around something. There will be also some stars or some planets. This is how this world is. Neither sun is something, nor the moon, nor the stars, nor our earth, nor you are something, earth, not something. Neither you are something, nor not something. Don't go mad. Hari Om, somehow, something, somewhere, in some way, we are. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasisate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, शब्द ब्रह्म की जय, सरस्वती महारानी की जय, जोग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। कल फिर देखेंगे आगे की कहानी, आकाश में क्या किया वो। The definition of this world, we have got more than 150 definitions defined by different great people.